Today's date is May 26, 2021, and I'm here with World War II veteran Bud Powers. All right, Bud, can you tell me, were you drafted or enlisted?
I was drafted
Okay, where did you start training at?
at Camp Gordon Johnson in Florida.
How long did you do training?
Well, I had actually 5 months. We were supposed to have 13 months, but I had 5 months, and then we prepared to go overseas.
Okay, what year did you start training?
December. Well, I went into service in December of 1943. I was 18 years old.
Okay. So did you take a ship over to the first Japanese island you were at?
Yeah, the Solomon Islands is where we first lived, yes.
How long did it take you to?
It took 11 days. It was an old freighter converted to a troop ship.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what island did you land on first in the Solomon Islands when you got?
And we went through the Solomon Islands to New Guinea, lasted at Boona Bay, New Guinea.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you got to New Guinea, what kind of action did you see against the Japanese?
What kind of what?
Action?
I didn't see any other than night flights. We were at an island of Morotai, and they had a fuel dump there, and the Japanese come over there every night to bomb that, and we seen that about every night while I was there.
How many times did the Japanese attack you every night?
Oh, I don't know, we were there, I think, about 3 months before we moved again, something like that. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where did you go after you were in New Guinea?
To New Guinea?
Yes.
We went to the island of Morotai, and then from there to the island of the Philippines, the Philippine Islands.
Okay, did you,
And I was there, I don't know just how long, but I'm going to say 8 months.
8 months?
And then we went to Japan. It was on our way to Japan. Mm-hmm. We did get there, but I mean, we were ready to go into action if we had to, but they dropped the 2 bombs, atomic bombs, and that stopped all that. We didn't have to do that. We went on to Japan, though. Spent the rest of the time there.
Okay, you never got onto the island of Iwo Jima or Okinawa?
No. We went to a place called Wakayama, Japan, and it was near Osaka, Japan, not too far from it.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did you collect any souvenirs while you were overseas? Any souvenirs?
Yes, I had a kimono the women wear, a fancy robe,
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
silk robe. Had one of them, and I had an umbrella, and I had a Japanese flag, and the umbrella was made out of bamboo, and it would open up. The kimono was made out of silk, and we also traded cigarettes. The Army gave us cigarettes, which I didn't smoke, and I traded cigarettes for that stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And I had them at home. I don't know where they're at now. I just come up here to this place recently and had a sale of my merchandise, and so my niece was my power of attorney, and she took care of everything. And so I don't know. They had an auction sale and sold a lot of stuff, and I imagine that stuff was put in there. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, where were you when Pearl Harbor was bombed?
Pearl Harbor?
Yes. Where were you when that happened?
Well, I was in school. That was December the 7th.
1941, yes.
Yes.
What did you think of it? Like,
What? I didn't go to Pearl Harbor.
I know, but what did you think of it when the Japanese attacked them?
I was really uptight and curious, and wondering what I was gonna do, which I figured I would be going to the service, but I didn't happen to go to Pearl Harbor. I passed that, if you wanna put it that way, or went over it.
Mm-hmm.
And we went past it in that ship.
Did you, what Marine division were you a part of?
I wasn't, I was in the Army.
Oh, what division?
What's that?
What division were you a part of in the Army? Division, your division, like, patch, like you got,
With the, oh, got me at a blank right now. It was, in Company B, 544th EBNSR, ESR, that stood for the Engineer Boat and Shore Regiment.
mm-hmm.
Yeah. We used to have a nickname, we called it the Boot and Shoe Regiment.
That was your division nickname?
Yes.
Okay.
It was in the Engineer 4th Special Brigade.
Did you make any friends while you were overseas?
Any friends?
Yes.
No, not, I mean, just regular guys, no foreigners or anything.
Okay.
We talked to them and visited with them and all that, and the Philippine women and the Japanese women both washed our clothes for us. They'd come and get them and take them and scrub them on rocks,
Mm-hmm.
dry them, bring them back. It was real clean. They'd done a real good job. Both places were pretty nice people to deal with. They listened to us and they talked to us, and it was pretty nice. I mean, there wasn't mean people or anything. In the Philippines, the main bridge and pier that goes into the Philippines was bombed and all tore up, and these ships had to park out in the harbor,
Mm-hmm.
and we would go out with our boats, our landing craft, and tie up beside them, and they would unload merchandise on our boats, go over and drop it down. We'd bring it in, drop the ramp and unload it, and then they'd raise it up and go back out again. And we'd work 2 days and was off 1 day while we were in the Philippines.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Where were you when the bombs were dropped? On
This part of it before we started, but I was in the Philippines, but we were packing up and were on our way to Japan.
so you were getting ready for the invasion of Japan.
Yes, yes. Mm-hmm.
How was your reaction to when the bombs were dropped?
Well, actually, when we found out that stopped everything, we were glad, naturally. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Is there any other? Do you have any like good stories of when you were overseas, or?
Oh, I don't know. One thing I know, I was never scared. I don't ever remember being scared at anything. We did have one story. One of those landing crafts we were on, we had went to Dagupan, the Philippines. That's about 200 miles north of Manila. And we got on that, oh dear, I'm getting mixed up here. We got on that ship and we had a bulldozer
Mm-hmm.
in the bed of it. And we was bringing that back to Manila. And on the way, the boat, we had the engine, the boat split a seam in the engine room. The waves were real tall. They were tall as this room in here. Every time the boat would go down, it would ram into there, just a bang, bang. And they'd split the seam in the engine room, and our coxswain on the boat happened to see the water, the boat getting lower in the sea. They opened the engine room door and it was half full of water.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't have any radios or lights, couldn't have any of those. Our signal to the maintenance men was they took a boat hook that's about 12 feet long, tied what they call a Mae West vest on that and put it up on the ramp. and they see that, they come and help us. And they come over and they took one look at it and they said, get your gear and get off of here. We got on the maintenance boat, and there was a Navy LCI in the front and the back of our convoy. They shot at that boat and sunk it so that there wouldn't be any evidence for the Japanese. And then we went on over to Manila on that, and there we, of course, got another boat, and we lived on shore most of the time in a tent, but our boats were tied up right close. But that was I don't ever remember being scared of all that went on.
When you were going through the Solomon Islands, did you, or the Philippines, did you ever have to fear of kamikaze attacks?
No, I didn't.
Okay. I can't think of any more questions for you, but, so I guess this will be the end of the interview. So I really appreciate you doing this for me.
Okay.